This is WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast.
Views expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of WPSL. However, we have encouraged you all along to like and share them on social media and with all your friends and neighbors, because it's time for Joanne's World of Nutrition, presented each week at this time by Joanne's Nutrition World in downtown Fort Pierce, US 1 at Orange Avenue, across from City Hall. And now, here's the host of our show, the one and only Joanne Seeger.
Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's having an incredible morning. I missed being here. We took a vacation. Yes, we went to Las Vegas.
Yeah, our last show was live from Las Vegas with Terry Naturally.
I know. I was like, okay, there's no way I'm going to say no to the availability of Terry's schedule. So I hope everyone enjoyed the show. And is that what we played last week when I was doing catch up at work?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
and
great.
It's on YouTube already, so you can get to see Terry Naturally this time as
well. Beautiful. Yeah, Terry is really popular throughout the world, so it's hard sometimes to get him on the show. So I was so thrilled to have him, and I felt that there was a lot of great information in the show, and a few things that I was sneaking in was about what I was traveling with. So I thought today's show could be about what I take to travel with, because I realized that sometimes if you take a large vitamin regimen or you're unsure about how you're going to feel, you might get a little confused, like, what are the basics? What are things that I should have in my safety kit, so to say? So today's show is going to be about that. But for first, Sir Cliff, I'm going to challenge you. So if you look at your phone, or I can show you on my phone, it's okay. I have the breath work for July. So you might want to look at the instructions to make it easy for you. So here's the instructions, okay? So it is a box breathing method. Uh-oh. So I think you can handle this. And I know all my listeners can handle this. And if you're a newbie, we do breath work for every show, because this is the most important thing for health. The most important, okay? So 4 seconds in. 4 seconds hold, and then this is where the trick is. 6 seconds out, and then 2 seconds hold. So this is the one that's used for anxiety, and this really works. Sometimes I get anxiety when I travel, and I was using this breath work, so it's really incredible. So it's a box breathing method, but normally box breathing method, it's the same count on all sides. This one, it's just really simple. The breathe out is longer, so it's 6 seconds. So 4 seconds in through the nose, 4 seconds hold, 6 seconds out, and 2 second hold. Okay. So I was thinking maybe for your first time, you could do the breath work and I could talk it out. How about that? You want to do that to make it different today?
Okay, so I'll do the sound effects of the breathing
Yeah, you
part.
do the sound effects. Okay,
Actually,
don't make me laugh, though, okay? I
Okay.
know you. You're going to just no funny noises.
Oh, well.
Just real breathing.
Well,
Okay.
snoring's breathing, too.
Yeah, no, that's sleeping. That's sleeping. All right,
okay, here we go.
So everyone, let's drop your shoulders, relax them, relax your forehead. This is not about perfect posture breathing. This is about really relaxing all those muscles, letting go of any tension you have. And whether you do this for 30 seconds or you do 30 minutes or, your entire day, this will help your body so much.
How many times are we going to go through the sequence?
Let's do 2 times.
2 of them, okay.
I have lots to talk about. All right. So you ready, sir? So exhale
ready to do
out.
The talking?
Yep. So, I lost my picture. What happened there? Oh, no. I'm getting pictures from Vegas on my phone. Oh, we had
Especially
so much fun.
Especially when you won all that money in the slot machine.
Anyone that doesn't think they can't bring their family to Vegas, definitely not true. They have put so much family stuff on there now.
Did anything happen there that had to stay there?
I can't tell you. Sorry.
Okay. What happens in Vegas stays.
Well, it was a
Vegas.
family vacation, so not too much of that kind of stuff. Right. All right, here we go. So exhale, everyone. All right, so let's go 4 seconds in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hold for 4 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold for 2 seconds. 1, 2. Now back in through the nose for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 6 through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then hold for 2. 1, 2. Sir, I didn't hear any breathing. Were you doing it?
Yeah, I was. I'm not very noisy.
I think I'm a better breather than you are. So.
I know sometimes it's really loud.
Yeah, it is confusing since you're the expert counter. Like if I put the seconds in while I'm
analyzing
talking.
your count while I'm trying to do the right.
It's okay. Well, you have a week to memorize that breath work. So for next time, right?
Oh, okay.
But I really do want to put a shout out for Vegas because I was trying to prove to my in-laws that it is family friendly. And I definitely feel like I succeeded because there's so many beautiful restaurants and attractions that have nothing to do with gambling or alcohol. The kids did America's Got Talent show, which was incredible. We brought them for their, and so everyone got 2 things per week. That
you
was
see Tom
focused on
Jones
them.
or Wayne Newton?
Well, no, we didn't do any old school, okay, but the shows can get a little pricey. So we definitely did smaller attractions, more like under $50 each kind of things. And it was perfect. Like America's Got Talent was so entertaining. They had all the stars from the previous season, and it was great. I mean, standing applause. And then we did the Van Gogh illumination. So if you're considering Vegas but worried about gambling and drinking, like we stayed at a hotel that had no gambling. There's plenty of opportunities. We went to Hoover Dam. That was incredible. They bring you all the way down to the basement in this really cool elevator. So, but anyways, just loved it. I could go on for the whole show about Vegas. It was really nice, and it was unusually cooler. So even when you came out of the pool, you felt cool, like you needed to wrap yourself around with a towel. So, all right. So when Matt and I were packing, now everyone knows that comes into the store that both of us take quite the regimen. After doing this so many years, I do love certain supplements and I won't live without them. But when I travel, it's a little overwhelming. I don't want to bring the whole pantry bucket. So we did decide that we were going to visit a local health food store when we got there because we do have the whole family going. So we could actually purchase bottles and support the local health food store. And plus, I love to check out local health food stores. It's like my favorite thing to do when I travel. And that way, if it's something that we take a good amount of, each of us every day, we can just use a whole bottle because we were there for 8 days. So I will tell you, if you're traveling alone, some suggestions. I'll give you the bullet points for why I would consider them. And if it sounds great to you, or maybe just to have in your regimen in general, there you go. Because a lot of us do have to travel for work or just maybe that family vacation. And there's nothing worse than yourself or a family member not feeling well during a vacation, whether it's a bout of, diarrhea or a cold or a cough, whatever it is, then all of a sudden you're in this hotel room and it's awkward because, you don't want to go to the activities and just not a fun situation. So here we go. Let's start with one. Now, everyone that comes in the store also knows that my husband loves anything to do with the nasal sprays. They are extremely convenient. They're small bottles, safe for even airplane travel. So one of the favorites to travel with is oil of oregano. It can even fit in your pocket. So oil of oregano spray is not too spicy where it will bother your nose, but just one spray each nostril. You don't want to go crazy with it because then the oregano, it's very aromatic. It can be a little overwhelming. But oregano is antibacterial. It's antifungal. It helps get rid of mucus. It has an ingredient called rosmaric acid that helps prevent asthma, allergic reactions to dust, pollen, and other allergens. So when you're putting your body, whether it be on a plane or in a hotel room, you have no idea what that area is going to bring into your respiratory system. And I know that, some of these hotels are really kept super clean, but almost too clean, like I've discussed on other shows. They might be just bleaching it, or Fabulosa, or they have these air fresheners in the bathroom built in where you can't unplug them. So oil of oregano is a great way to keep your body strong, to keep your nasal membranes moist, especially if you're going to a place like, Las Vegas, Arizona, those areas. You feel dry super fast. So that would be my first pick. It's absolutely perfect. My next one is propolis. Now, we carry Terry's propolis chewables. They taste amazing, at least to me. They're great. So the propolis chewables have really high quality propolis in it, because it's not just about getting the things that I'm mentioning. It's about getting the ones that have been kept properly, that they came from the right origin, they're not full of maybe contaminants, or they're not really what they claim to be. So the propolis Terry chewables are extremely affordable and delicious, and you can just suck on it or chew on it. And propolis is an antiseptic, an anti-inflammatory, an antioxidant, antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral. Pretty much everything. There's no side effects to it. So if you feel like, your mouth is dry and you just want like something without the artificial colors or sweetness that sometimes cough drops do, you can just bring a little baggie with you during your travel time and then pack the rest just to make sure your immune system stays strong during your whole trip. So propolis to me is a win-win. I get a little nervous when I'm flying, not the actual flight. So, like my daughter was with me, well, both my daughters, and so very nervous about the actual flying, but I get anxiety just leaving home, the house, the business, the dogs, packing up. And it usually hits me when you go in those tunnels to the plane, I can't remember what are those called. What are those called, Cliff? Those, where they just basically attach the airplane door to the airport.
The entry port, I guess.
Yeah, like it's called something. It's okay. Well, I'll remember. Remember, you can call up and let me know where my brain block is. All right, so when I get into those tunnels, sometimes it's a little congested, before everyone gets into the plane. That's when I get anxiety, not from the flying, but from that point. So I always bring Angziocalm with me. I absolutely love Angziocalm. It's always promoted in the store because it's safe, it's effective, it works really quickly. So, no side effects. So the Angziocalm are these tiny, tiny, tiny little white tablets. And I just take one, and I don't even need a glass of water to swallow it. And I am telling you, it gets me in my seat with a smile. I can hold my daughter's hands while they're nervous about the flight, and it's all good. So I would definitely suggest, if you get any travel anxiety, whether it be about leaving or flying or driving or traffic or anything, get yourself some Angziocalm. It's really amazing stuff. Okay, the next part about traveling is some people get nauseous. Now, I usually only get nauseous if the ride is bumpy. So if I'm taking a car ride or a plane ride that's smooth and no problems, I'm fine. But if there's one little turbulence or a little bumper to bumper traffic, my stomach is feeling pretty nauseous pretty fast. So ginger, I'm sure all my listeners have heard of ginger. You can get it in any forms. The ginger candies, I sell tons of them at the store. I have all different strengths and types. But there is a catch with ginger candies. Like the name implies, it has some sugar. So you don't want to go crazy with them. So I think it's 3 ginger candies is 5 grams. So you want to try to control that, because to me, if you love ginger, you'll want to keep eating them because they're so delicious. But ginger really helps nausea, and it also gives you something if you feel like while you're going up or down on the plane that you might have the ear issue. That does help saliva come, so you keep swallowing, so less ear pressure. But there's ginger capsules you can buy, or you can even just bring a couple ginger tea bags, and then you can have the stewardess, the airline attendant, bring you some hot water to make some tea. Now, I knew that we planned for the kids some roller coaster rides in Las Vegas. My daughters did those insane ones at the top of the stratosphere. That is absolutely insane. And so I definitely took Ginger to go that high. And I also did the New York roller coaster. So I love roller coasters. So I was definitely doing Ginger for that. All right. So now that we're on the stomach issue, when you go away, now not everyone's like this. There are some people out there that, you know, they are called ironclad stomachs. No matter where they go in the world, they can handle it. But for the majority of us, that's not always the case. When we leave our normal eating patterns, especially if we go outside of the country, sometimes our stomachs really rebel. And sometimes it end up you're in the hotel for the whole trip with serious stomach issues. And there's nothing worse. I went to Costa Rica one time. It happened to me. My whole entire vacation I had to spend in the hotel room because my stomach was so bad from something that was either in the food or the water. So the first suggestion is digestive enzymes. If you have control of your food, it still's not usually made the same way you might make it at home or your local restaurants that you're used to going to. So digestive enzymes is just kind of this peace of mind that you will break down as efficiently as possible everything you're eating. And some of us like to indulge during vacations. We go to we eat more. We'll start with that. More desserts, possibly, more elaborate meal planning. So digestive enzymes is a great idea. We have a house brand of enzymes. Any enzymes are really good, but you want to really look at the label, because digestive enzymes are different than proteolytic enzymes. And some health food stores, or if you just Google enzymes, definitely are different, okay? So proteolytic enzymes are the type that you take on an empty stomach that you use for inflammatory processes, like if you have scar tissue, adhesions, arthritis, you're really trying to get more mobility and pain relief. That would be proteolytic. Metabolic digestive enzymes is what you're just using to assist your digestive function without, it does not get lazy because you're taking digestive enzymes. Just so you know, you're not going to hurt your own enzyme system with that, okay? Most of us eat food that's already processed, refined, or cooked. So it's not like we're getting any enzymes in our food to begin with. And sometimes I'm so guilty of this. We're not chewing enough. We're not being calm, relaxed while we eat, and taking the time to chew our food. So the enzymes definitely assist in this process. I want to make note that I do tell a lot of customers that when you choose online ordering, please be very careful. Of course, I would love to see you all at my store and see that support. I always appreciate that, but I'm mentioning this because especially with enzymes, if you buy from some big name online stores, they keep it in warehouses that are extremely warm, okay? If enzymes and other specific supplements are kept warm, they might look the same when they come to your doorstep, okay? But the integrity of what's inside will not be there, and you're not going to get the effect that you need. And you might kind of think, oh, this isn't really as good as it should be. But it's not because of the product. It's because of how it was stored. So always keep that in mind. And I always appreciate supporting local. All right. So the next item is apple cider vinegar. Now, that was one of the things that my husband lives on. He uses it to control his acid reflux so he can enjoy pretty much whatever he wants to eat. So that was one of the things that we actually bought at the local health food store. Obviously, you don't want to travel with liquid, but there is another option, and that is the gummies. I carry Garden of Life apple cider vinegar gummies at the store because they're really clean and they're really good and potent, okay? So if you don't want to deal with liquids or you don't want to take any time to go shopping on your vacation, then the apple cider vinegar gummies can help you once again with digestion, but it can also help you with elimination. So some people have a little difficult time whenever they travel to eliminate like they do at home, or in general their elimination process is a little hampered. So if you feel like you have any constipation in general, or when you travel, apple cider vinegar gummies, as well as those digestive enzymes, can really help. And they taste really good. So it's a nice thing to eat after a meal when you feel like, okay, I need to clear my palate. Another trick, if you do have like a little kitchenette in your room, or you're traveling and you're visiting family, is lemon water. So lemon water is also a great way to help eliminate and move your bowels. It is incredible. You can pretty much Google lemon water and see that anyone that has good health starts their day with lemon water. It's a great health trick. It does promote your bowels to move, and you pair that with apple cider vinegar and some digestive enzymes, and things are going to really keep going. But if they don't, and you still need a little more assistance, magnesium. So, and I know as I'm talking, it seems like it's a lot, but again, you don't want to be constipated during your vacation. You want to move things. And if you take a laxative from a drugstore, like as an urgent helper, you can get cramping and sweats and have worse issues like diarrhea. So these are great healthy ways to move the bowels where you won't suffer any consequences. So magnesium is really popular in the health food arena because it does over 300 critical functions for the human body. And I just realized what time it is, Cliff. So I'm going to catch my breath and let's take a break. And then we'll come back and we'll discuss magnesium at length. I need to drink some water, everybody. So I will be right back, and we will discuss all the things that you should take when you travel, or just maybe some ideas for your regimen in general. So I really appreciate you listening this morning, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to Joanne's World of Nutrition, which shall return in just a moment.
Hi, this is Joanne from Nutrition World and Wellness Center. I am really excited to introduce new guests and topics to my show every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. here on WPSL, where my listeners can call in on any topic. If I don't know the answer, I'll try to find it. We want to help you become the best version of yourself. We'll have naturopaths, coaches. I am looking forward to sharing my years of experience with my listeners so we can enjoy this life journey together.
Visit Joanne's Nutrition World in the Kras Square, formerly known as the Arcade Building, located at US 1 and Orange Avenue, across from Fort Pierce City Hall. Open Monday through Friday from 10 to 4, Saturdays 10 to 3. Taking appointments for the Wellness Center online at joannesnutritionworld.com or call 772-464-3598.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast.
We now return to Joanne's World of Nutrition, brought to you by Joanne's Nutrition World in downtown Fort Pierce. Once again, here's your host, Joanne Seeger.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for spending some time with me this morning. We are discussing what to travel with supplement-wise. And again, this might be a little overwhelming for you, and I understand that. But, after doing nutrition for so many years, I just have my favorites that I have to travel with. All right, so we were discussing magnesium. Magnesium helps draw moisture into the bowels, so it definitely can help you go to the bathroom in the morning. It is one of those things that if you haven't tried before you went on vacation, you just want to start with one. Like a regular user might take up to 400 milligrams before they go to bed, but a newbie might start with 100. So don't take too much, because obviously if you draw too much moisture into the bowel, then you could have diarrhea. So just one might do the trick in the beginning. And it's incredible because it's also a natural muscle relaxant. So sometimes you're going to these different beds and you have a different mattress and you have a different pillow, and you just are tossing and turning and you don't feel relaxed, or you're just achy from a really busy day of vacationing. So magnesium is perfect. It also keeps the heart strong and many other functions. So magnesium is definitely a win-win. Now, when you purchase magnesium, depending on where you go, you might see tons of choices. It is a little overwhelming. I will tell you that magnesium glycinate is mine and my store's favorite. So that is what we promote. The glycinate's easy on the belly, great for the bowels, and does all the other functions. But if you see a product like magnesium threonate, that isn't the one that functions like I described. That's more for the brain. That one will pass the blood-brain barrier and help with cognitive function. So if someone is really nervous about flying and really does not want to go on a trip, they might need Angziocalm, magnesium threonate, and a few other things. But again, if you're looking at an overwhelming section of magnesium, try to stay away from oxide. That is the biggest no-no. But magnesium glycinate's my favorite. I also sell Country Life potassium magnesium aspartate. Bert has mentioned that many times on the show. That's great to help get rid of kidney stones or gallstones. And it also has the magnesium function. So you get a win-win. All right, so the next thing I want to mention, like the magnesium can relax the muscles and help you sleep, so can melatonin. I think melatonin is really misunderstood. Let me just give a quick cough. Wow, yeah, I think the Las Vegas dryness is still in me. All right, so melatonin definitely I think is misunderstood. People are either, I have a great experience, I can't imagine living without it, or no, I had a terrible experience, I'll never try it again. There is a middle ground here. So dosing is really important. If you are trying melatonin for the first time, 1, make sure you're buying quality. 2, get a very low dose. They have liquids or they have tablets or even 1 milligram. Some of my regulars, they take 10 milligrams a night because you can see as you get older, your need does increase. But it's perfect for setting your circadian rhythm straight in your body. When you're traveling, especially to a different time zone, your circadian rhythm can get really messed up really fast. Like we were 3-hour time difference, and it was hard. It was really hard, especially returning home. So the melatonin, that is what it's most famous for. When it first began its kind of show in the supplement world, it was used not only for sleeping, but for people that traveled or had to work awkward shifts that their body, where they're doing a graveyard shift and then they're waking up early and their body just could not rest and recuperate. So melatonin is the most famous for that, but it does so much more. It's incredible for the immune system. So if you just bring on your trip a very low dose, and you just take it right at sunset, okay? So you want to make sure your sleeping environment is conducive to a nice healthy sleep. So your technology's off, your blackout curtains are closed. Usually hotels have that. And you take that melatonin. It might not be drug-like, like some people that have taken drugs for sleeping or prescriptions, even, NyQuil night or Tylenol PM, those type of things. They might not say that melatonin works as well right away, but give it some time. So maybe you can start before you travel just to get your melatonin stores up. Another great way to get your melatonin stores up is getting that first morning sunlight, stepping out somewhere in the house or the patio or the yard where you can get that bright sun first thing in the morning. It stores that melatonin from the sun, so that way it can regulate your body and your circadian rhythm perfectly to use in the evening. So I love melatonin, but again, it's about the right dose. They make 1s, they make 3, they make 5, they make 10, or you can get a liquid and self-adjust. So I would definitely give that some consideration. And I have amazing literature about melatonin at the store, as well as free books that really explain, it's considered right now the number one thing for immunity in the supplement arena. So that's pretty incredible. Everyone thinks about it for sleep, but it can also keep your immune system strong while you're traveling. So the next things I'm going to suggest, depending on what you're traveling for, okay? So for instance, I always take my Curamin with me, because if I get aches and pains, and I had a little funny story. I had back pain going into this trip. I thought that I had lifted some flooring incorrectly. I wasn't really sure exactly what happened, but it was pretty painful. I was not looking forward to the airplane trip. So I had my Curamin with me. Curamin always works for me. I have to take enough of it, so it's not like one pill does it, just like any other medicine. I had to take it all along, and it was great. Everything felt great. But when I slept on the mattress at the hotel, I had no pain. So let's just say we're investing in a new mattress here at home, because for that entire vacation, I didn't have to take a Curamin because the mattress took care of my back pain. I was kind of relieved, at the same time not looking forward to going home and seeing that my mattress was the cause of my issue. So Curamin comes in capsules, chewable, tablets, soft gels, any way you need to take them. You never want to be caught off guard with pain, whether you knock your knee on the new nightstand you're not used to, and you get up in the middle of the night, and you're a little off balance. Whatever it is, keep it handy. You don't want to be tempted to go to the drugstore and buy, NSAIDs, the Tylenols, ibuprofen, the Motrins, all those things that can cause you side effects. So definitely have some natural pain reliever with you. If you have turmeric, in your cabinet, and Terry explained this very well. It's usually not enough to be a pain reliever unless it's a preventative, but if that's what you're using and you take enough of it, that's okay too. But I always notice if I take enough turmeric to be a pain reliever, I usually get an upset stomach. So that's why I like the Curamin. And the Curamed, which doesn't have the DLPA, amino acid for pain, or the nattokinase in it. The Curamed does have a chewable for children that might be traveling with you, because if they get a headache or a toothache or an earache, especially if you're flying in late at night. I mean, we arrived, I think it was like 12 o'clock at night. You don't want to have to be dealing with trying to find a place to give your child some comfort. So some Curamed chewables, great thing to pack in the bag. All right, the next one is if you are traveling for work. Some of us, like before I bought the business, I used to be on a plane a lot and travel a lot. And it was really crazy because, you know, to keep your hydration up, your electrolytes, keep your brain power on, not be tired, not be achy, you know, sometimes was a pretty big task. But one thing that I loved was the fish oil. So fish oil is really famous for heart health, okay, and immunity. But it really helps the brain a lot. The brain is made of 70% fat. And you want to make sure that you're getting enough of the right fats to fuel your brain to keep your cognitive function sharp. Now, of course, a family vacation, you want to be sharp too, right? But especially if you're going for work, you really don't want to get that brain fatigue. So I would definitely suggest high quality fish oil. Fish, just like if you went to buy a piece of wild fish in the supermarket, you'll notice it's extremely expensive. So if you're going and you're buying 200 soft gels of fish oil for $14.99, there's a problem there. Okay, so really make sure you're buying quality fish oil that will do you justice, because you don't want to just waste your money or put rancid oil into your body that actually will do more bad than good. If fish oil isn't your thing, there are vegan sources of those type of healthy fatty acids. We have an incredible product called Barlean Swirl. Most health food stores sell it. The Omega Swirls make it more absorbable to digest the fish oil or the algae oil, whatever, whether it be vegan or regular fish. You want to try the swirls. They're absolutely delicious. I think we have 6 or 7 flavors. We have a couple testers that we keep in the fridge. It's incredible. I mean, Matt will even use it on top of like a dessert because it tastes so good. So you definitely want to keep your cognitive function up and give that fish oil a try. And some people do tell me that when they take fish oil, it also helps their bowel movement and their joint function. They feel that, maybe their little bit of arthritis in their hands or their knees or their hips seems to be more at ease when they take their fish oil. So definitely give that a try. And if you find that you can't digest your fish oil, you're burping it up, it makes you have like a bad stomach, then definitely try those Barlean Swirls. Again, they're very popular throughout the country. Nationwide, you can get them. All right, but if you want to try something new, it's like what Terry talked about, and I know we repeated the show again, so you probably have heard it over and over again. But the Greek mountain tea, the more I research about it, it's absolutely incredible for cognitive function. Again, these things are super safe, no side effects, been used for thousands of years. And our brain, like I mentioned in Vegas, I definitely get a little worried that my brain won't be all that it is today in 10 years. So you want to be preventative and take care of your brain, whether it be for a work trip or just general in life. All right. So the next one is, I think, a little funny. Okay. So Cliff, you might get a kick out of this one, but maybe you're going with your significant other for a fun like trip, without kids, and all of a sudden the expectations in the hotel room are a little higher than they are at home. Like there's no Netflix to distract you, or kids, or work. So you might need some more libido. So Terry makes an incredible product for libido. It's red ginseng. We sell tons of it, and let's just say repeat customers. So it is working, and it's a money back guarantee.
They come back again and again.
Yes, they do. I mean, some of these guys, they're buying 3 and 4 boxes at a time. I'm not really sure why so many at a time, because
they just want to be
sure. Yep. But it's like absolutely incredible. And as a postmenopausal woman, when you're used to just the daily life getting in the way of sometime intimacy, and then you take a vacation where there's nothing, there's no cooking, there's no cleaning, there's no work, there's no errands, there's no projects. It's like, whoa, you want your libido to be sharp, you want to feel very relaxed but energetic at the same time, right? So Terry's product, he makes a female one and he makes a male one. And I am telling you once again, money back guarantee. Terry's products, again, nationwide. Absolutely incredible for libido. And red ginseng, I actually brought the chewable. So the red ginseng chewables, again, I think they taste great. Ginseng has a very unique flavor. It brings back memories from when we used to eat ginseng roots back 30-something years ago. But the red ginseng chewables are great. I only can take one because I take 2 and I am flying high. So much energy. But if I take one, I felt great. Like we walked a lot. We were doing so much activity. So that ginseng would just get me through. And the best part, it's nothing like caffeine. It doesn't bring you real high and then drop you real low. It's nice and subtle, stable energy. And it's so healthy. It's an adaptogenic. So it helps you with like post-COVID viral syndrome. It helps you with your immune system. It helps you with stress levels, your adrenal function. So I would definitely, if you have that plan in mind, which I hope you do if you're alone with your significant other, definitely get some red ginseng libido. Again, they have the male and female because we're different, right? What is it? Men are from Mars and women are from Venus. I don't know. Remember that book? It was so famous back in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if it still is, but that was like...
I was disappointed because I thought it was about aliens.
Oh, you poor thing. Oh.
But it kind of was in a way.
Yeah, well, I read it like so long ago. I don't even remember. But, I mean, I don't need to read a book to know that we are different from the other. All right, so... The next couple things, now I know this list is getting lengthy, and like I said, when I went to that local health food store, we gave them a good sale because not only were we buying the supplements that we all want to share, but we were also using some bathroom products. I have emphasized that toxic smells, fragrances, all these things are very dangerous for your endocrine system. So if you are kind of already dealing with lots of allergies, immune issues, if you have Lyme's or any autoimmune problem, you don't want to walk into this hotel room and start using all their bathroom products. I know they make it really pretty with their shower gels and shampoos and soaps, but normally the hotels use highly fragranced items. And that is not a good idea if you have any immune issues or allergies. So if you don't want to travel with your favorites, then support the local stores and, grab what you need. We tried a new toothpaste from the health food store that I absolutely love, and I'm going to bring into my store. It was incredible. It tasted good, super clean, very reasonably priced. We brought another bar soap from them. We did get like this liquid shower gel soap. So we really had fun with our shopping experience, and it's something you can plan. Whether you go to a health food store or a natural place like Whole Foods or a more gourmet type of center, you can definitely find unscented or hyperallergenic bathroom products if you don't want to pack yours. I know some people are nervous about that it's going to spill or it's going to get damaged, and that definitely happens. I've seen it happen every trip. So it might just be better to try something new and just, enjoy a new little thing in your bathroom. All right. So the next thing is actually collagen. So collagen is pretty famous right now for hair, skin, nails, elasticity, stopping bruising, but it also is incredible for sleeping. So I have this huge sign right now that's on my sidewalk sign that says, collagen, take at bedtime. The owner of this company, it's Health Direct, it's called AminoSculpt, is hysterical because he's really trying to teach the public that all the studies was done predominantly on his product, but not only 50 years ago, but also it was done on an empty stomach at bedtime, not with coffee, not with smoothies, not with shakes. It was done at bedtime. And why is that? Because it has incredible benefit on sleep. So we did mention the melatonin, using that for sleep. But collagen is a great way to get some assistance in sleeping, and you get some joint mobility, some pain relief, a little fat burning. So, it's definitely something to try. Now, that is a liquid bottle, the one I'm talking about. But they do sell little tiny sample bottles that you can travel with. They're 2 ounces each. So if you don't want to buy it locally because you don't think you're going to go through it fast enough, then we can always special order the little bottles for you for your trip. We keep a few on hand. Or your local store, I'm sure would do that for you. But collagen is a great way just to really have a nice sleep and also provide some comfort for your joints and your skin. Once again, Las Vegas was not kind to the skin. It's super dehydrating. All right. The next thing is greens. Now, greens, if you're traveling, especially to like Central America, South America, I have had personal experiences that the salads have gotten me sick, but it can happen here in the States too. Greens do, have a reputation for E. coli and other problems. So if you want to be super careful, just bring your greens with you. There are so many great companies that make greens powders. I am not a big fan of greens powders. I keep buying them, from my own store, of course, but I bring them home and they end up sitting in the fridge and Matt uses them because I don't know why, I'm fine with the taste. It's just the putting them into water or mixing them into something else. So I take Positive Power greens. They're capsules, completely organic, and his capsules are like state-of-the-art, super clean capsules. And they have really high quality greens in there. So I rather do capsules. I find that I stick with it better, and I don't have to worry about messing up a glass and making it dirty and having to wash it in a hotel room. So greens are vital for every day for a million reasons. I could have a show just on greens alone. But when you travel and you are a little cautious about what might upset your belly or bring your body something that's not welcomed, you might want to consider definitely bringing your greens, because The greens are a vital part of your nutrition. For instance, potassium, a major electrolyte to keep your muscles going, to not have you have the restless leg or the muscle cramps at night. So it's not just about magnesium. You need potassium too, but you need 10 servings of vegetables a day for enough potassium. So definitely bring some greens, or again, support local. You can definitely go through a little container greens powder from any store. I do caution with this this one is not the liquids. There are a lot of juice bars and stuff that promote liquid greens. They usually have to add preservatives to stabilize the greens, because greens will attract the bacteria. You really want to stick to powders or capsules for this, or fresh greens if you know that they're safe, of course. Whew, all right, I'm going to catch my breath, take a deep breath. All right, guys. Well, I hope this was helpful. I really appreciate you kind of hearing me out on this one. I took pretty much all these things that I mentioned, and it was super effective to keep me strong, energetic. My mind was clear, and we had a great time despite what we were eating or the lack of sleep from having so much fun. So I definitely consider these things. If you want to call us at the store, 464-3598. We will be there all day. We can discuss. If you want some info on Las Vegas for your family, we're there for that too. We'll be like travel advisors. Thanks so much. Have a great week.
You've been listening to Joanne's World of Nutrition, presented each week at this time by Joanne's Nutrition World, US 1 at Orange Avenue across from City Hall. It was once called the Arcade Building. It's now Crass Square. Is that right? Yeah, that's where you'll find.
Next to where the Trump trial is.
That's right, right next door to where Donald Trump's trial will be. How about that? This is WPSL Port St. Lucie. Thank you for joining us.